My name's Lance Adams. I go to Ekron Baptist Church. I've been going there for about 13, 14 years now. I'm married to my wife, Angela. We got 9 kids total between us. I had 3 from a previous marriage, and she had 2. And then we had 2 together, and we adopted 2. I got some friends from Grayson County, and I seen them advertising theirs. And I'd actually planned on going to the next one. Then I saw that we was going to have some around here. So some of the guys from church, we decided we was going to, check it out. First one we went to was Lincoln Trail, and it was a pretty exciting experience, seeing, at the time I thought that many men coming together, and, worshiping together and having a meal together and seeing friends that, I didn't even realize went to church, and then, meeting new friends and stuff. I mean, it was a pretty awesome experience. It's kind of funny, the Lincoln Trail one, I'm not really into the hymns and stuff, but, I was, when the music first started, I was like, I'm not really into this kind of music. But then all these men singing the same song, and the power and the voices coming from it, it's just awesome, So and that's when it dawned on me, hey, this ain't about me, this is about God. And, it was a pretty awesome experience. And then, of course, we went to St. John's, and that was awesome. Brandon Brinkley, lit the show up at the end. The whole thing was awesome. But I walked out there crying, man. I mean, it was just pretty awesome. And then, of course, I come to this one here at Radiant as well, and it was awesome too. So, and we was pretty pumped up about hosting, and of course the COVID hit and kind of ruined all that, So funny you asked. During the COVID, I got laid off for about a month, and I was doing some side work just around my neighborhood, and I was doing some tree work for a guy, and he was military. They moved in. His wife's a teacher over at the Ekron Elementary. But he come out and talked to me, and we got to talking about church and God, and, they go to the Methodist church. And I said, man, you ever tried to come to the man up? He said, man, I don't need anybody telling me how, to not beat my wife and be a good dad and be a good husband. I said, hold on. I said, that's not what it's about. So I was, kind of, telling him what we do and what it's all about. So that was before the next one got canceled. And, but he was all excited about coming. So, I gave him the little card that we was all handing out, and, I had to call him, tell him it was canceled. So then I sent him the live feed, the next couple ones was a live feed, man. So now we're texting each other all the time and stuff. And, we can't wait to come together and worship together, when all this loosens up. So, I've had several, women at my church and stuff, say, hey, make sure you invite my husband, to put to the next one, because when we was going back to church, I mean, I was out in the community talking about it, but, you go to church and you're talking about it, and, of course, the women are more likely to listen to, what's going on than the men are, and I had several women say, hey, make sure you invite my husband personally, I was like, okay, no problem. So, and we actually had a few come to this one, we had a pretty good turnout from our church. So. In March, I think it was the last one, right? March, my father-in-law, I kept telling him about it. He's a religious man, but, he just wasn't into the big group, and so I finally talked him into coming with me, and that's really the last time we got to worship together. He passed away in May, so, but, I mean, he was like, he come to my house, we drove here and, had a good meal. I dropped him off at the door and didn't see him until it was time to worship. He's out talking to people, and then, then after that, man, he was calling me, when's the next one? I want to go to the next one, and of course he didn't make it to the next one, but, it's just a memory I got of him, it's pretty cool.